Okay guys, Sophia says she's ready to send down the video of me doing the load on the GT40Ps, but she hasn't sent it down to me. She's having technical issues. So I figured I'd just put the studs and guide plates in. That would take, 15 minutes. Well, typical Charlie job. Nothing is the way it should be. In fact, you can't even get the studs and guide plates together. I literally have to machine out each guide plate to make them fit. Alright, how long is that going to take? You put them in a vise, you get a small burr, you take some metal out. Well, that's all well and good. Next thing you're going to have to do is you have to bevel this edge. Why do you have to bevel that edge, Charlie? Well, if you're using a high quality stud like an ARP fastener, there's a little bit of a radius. After those threads, it goes to the head of the fastener. That radius is very important for strength, okay? That cannot be what's holding the guide plate down. It has to be on the flat of the fastener. That's how it gets its strength, okay? That balancing pad there, okay? So, I've always used the crane conversion kit for the 5/16. I've never done studs like this before. Well, I came across a pretty interesting thing about small block Fords that I did not know. These pads are dead even with the rails, so they were machined all in one cut. That stud is not flat. Okay, Charlie, what does that mean? Well, that means I got to take all of these freaking springs and everything off and send it to the machine shop and have them all spot faced, because they need to be flat, because we've got a good sized spring load. If not, we're going to be snapping off studs. So, to the customer, guess what? These aren't coming this week. Sorry, I don't know what else I can do. I mean, I could send them the way they are, and you could have your guy take them apart, spot face them, and reassemble them. As long as it keeps the springs and the shims in order, that would not be a problem. So, just to the customer, if you want me to do that, just let me know. Other than that, do not trust anyone else's work. And yes, it makes a big difference. These actually have to go together with the right lubricant. Well, if you read the directions, it says you're going to need a Moly assembly lube. Luckily, I had some laying around from a set of rod bolts. That's what you need to get the torque correct. The other thing you need to do is, when you're all said and done, we have to align. We have to align these and make sure they're dead straight, as close as possible. I think I've got this one pretty good, but I had to do some extra machining on this guide plate to get it that way. Now, I will do my best on all these, but telling the customer, when he assembles everything and he actually has the push rod in and it's got, some strain on it, if they're not exactly straight on your valve stem, they may need to be loosened. You may have to file them out a little bit on one side or something. They may need some adjustment. I can't do that. I can get them as close as I can get them, but I can't make it perfect on assembly because I don't have the engine. Alright guys, let me think if I had anything else to tell you. I thought it may have been the comp guide plates, but I grabbed this set that had been sitting around for a long period of time, and they fit exactly the same as the comps. So the way the holes were drilled out, it looks like he centered them, but they're not the same as the guide plates. Alright guys, just a short one for tonight. I'm already aggravated and upset with this. So this is going to go on the side for now until I figure out exactly what I'm going to do. I have to talk to the customer. Have a good night, guys. Thanks a lot.